I dedicate a lot of time about the Jewish people and the rabbis because it's an important issue and it's a personal issue for me. I want to teach the Jewish people, especially my family and old friends, about Yeshua. And in order to teach them, I have to first show them that the rabbis are not authority about the Old Testament, because the rabbis basically claim is they're the authority about the Old Testament, and therefore they say that the Old Testament does not indicate the Yeshua as the Messiah, and therefore that's the end of the argument. And I need to show that no, the rabbis are not the authority about the Old Testament, and there's a lot of discussion between what the rabbis teach and the Old Testament. Then the next stage I can go to Yeshua to teach about Yeshua. Now it doesn't prove that if the rabbis are wrong about the Old Testament, that then Yeshua is the Messiah. I mean, I also have to make the case that Yeshua is the Messiah, but that's the next stage. So I write in the book The True Love of Elohim about the rabbis, why they're wrong. I'll just share with you some of the issues very briefly. But please look at the book. I think I'm writing things which are very much unique, and I wish Jewish people were more open to learn about those issues. And the most important thing is that it's the identity of the people. Identity of the people always go by the father, not by the mother. That's the way Elohim blesses and curses people. He always curses them through the father, the seed of the father. Because people are souls, and souls pass from one generation to another through the seed that's always from the father. There's only one exception in the history of human race where a person's identity is by the mother, and that's Yeshua, but we won't get to that. Otherwise, with no exception, all people are identified by their father. Now there's other issues like that affect the character of a person and education of a person, and some of it the mother's got influence for sure, but the identity is 100% from the father. And I'll give examples in my book, and please follow them. See exactly the logic behind it. The rabbis are totally ignorant about this issue, and they're totally misleading the Jewish people. I make the case in my book that the difference between Israelites and the Jewish, because the Israelites are the tribes of Israel, and it's always from the father, and that's a nation. A nation is always a bloodline, and always a bloodline for the father. And therefore Judaism by definition is not even a nation. It's hard to say what Judaism is, because as you will learn more about the Satan and what he wants to achieve in this world, and now he's misleading people in what his plans for the Jews, you see that basically what Elohim plans for the Israelites, the Satan wants to counterfeit it, and Judaism is a counterfeit for the Israelites. It's not absolutely everything is wrong about Judaism, but it's obviously absolutely not everything is right. There's some mixture of good and wrong and right in it. It's a very big mess, I have to admit. I don't go into Judaism so much, just enough to show you that it's not the true Israelites. And that's very important. I talk a lot in my book, I use the term Israelites, because Israelites are the chosen people that Elohim is going to use in the future for his plan. And Jews, some Jews are Israelites, some Jews are not Israelites. Nobody knows exactly for sure the percentage. It's not important, it's more of a principle. However, I wrote those issues in the early 90s, and at that time I didn't see any real significant about the issue except to prove that the rabbis are wrong. I didn't think there was any specific plan. And that was a big mistake, and only by the end of 2007 I really discovered new revelations which were under my nose in the early 90s, but I just ignored them. And that's I'm kind of upset about it, but I just lost like 15 years with some of those issues. But nevertheless, now I understand it, and it's very important. The rabbis claim that they are trying to protect the seed of Israel, and that's totally incorrect. They're not. As I said, the Israelites or a bloodline going from the father. What the rabbis are trying to do, and that's very sad and very shocking, they're actually trying to protect the seed of the Edomites. Now, with the plan of the Satan, as I said, he's counterfeiting Judaism. he planted Edomites within the Jewish people in a very important positions. Again, I'm not going to go in percentage, but I believe that a lot of the famous Jewish people that we know in science, politics, religion, were actually Edomites, not Israelites.